there's no win this for the Gipper type stuff. Actually, there might have been when like getting them to come to the game and not walk
Kanye,
away. What?
It's just your thought process is like Kanye, bro. It's hilarious, though. He'll be like, I went to the doctor, and I'm not gonna say what race the doctor was. It was a Jewish doctor.
Well, did I? No, I said win it for the Gipper.
You said there was no win one for the Gipper type speech. Actually, yes, there was. Welcome back to Nanodosing. It's Macrodosing, and it's Tuesday. It's December 19th, and we have a very special return episode, the return of Billy from Uganda, and he's going to give us a down low about what happened in Uganda and Kenya, how the game went, where his head's at, if he feels like they earned their way into Billy keeping his job, or what happened with that game. If you had the over, I think it cashed, by the way. But we're back.
The largest over in the entire continent's history.
Was it really?
Yeah. So the highest scoring game of any African football game on the continent.
They might just call it the game. Like it's going to go down in history. That might have changed African football forever, because you can score points. Games can be fun. They're not all 6-0 shutouts.
Yeah.
Or 12-0 shutouts, whatever that was the last time. All right, we're back. Billy is back from Uganda, back from Kenya. He is alive. He still has a job. So congrats, Billy. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad that you got home. You barely even started an international incident, but I'm happy that you're back. And I just want to give you the floor. Tell me about what your week was like leading up to the game, and then how the game went.
This week was just solely football centric, with the Ugandans helping the organization build the sport. And it went off without it, practice wise. All the guys since the last time we were there were reviewing their playbooks. Like I text, at least one of them every day, send them drills. They're always asking, hey coach, what can I work on? And I'm, route running, cutting, and just, there's so much YouTube videos. So the practices going in was amazing, because from the jump we could just get right into it. And we only had 3 practices. Donnie was at the first 2. And then we had one on Friday. But shout out Jameson Flynn, who showed up to coach with us, and ref, awesome dude from South Dakota. And it was just really awesome. But we went into the game, and look, Kenya was the better team on Sunday. No excuses. We, at the end of the day, looking at it post game, the Ugandan team was just so happy that to be participate in a real game that was run well, they could really compete without it getting weird. And it really just, after the game, seeing them seeing them celebrate the first touchdown Uganda scored in 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I mean, all you can ask, literally those guys played a football game after not sleeping for 2 days and not getting much of any food for 2 days because of some issues that, Donnie is going to, take the lead on. I'm neutral. I don't know exactly what happened. But I have great connections with all of Ugandan football. I wish the best for Uganda and all the players, and will continue to correspond with them. I have no comment on Donnie's in his stuff that he said about the head.
Mischief.
Yeah.
It sounded like another mischief.
By the way, Donnie makes up stuff to make me look Donnie never told me not to speak to the media. Just Friday, the media showed up, and they're like, yo, can you quickly sit and do an interview? And I was like, yeah. And I was had just gotten off the practice field. So
yeah, can we talk about that interview? Because it was awesome.
Was a bad, if I knew I'd been interviewed, I probably would have given a better answer. And, I'm I'm about to go to Kenya. I maybe shouldn't say that, what Kenya actually did, because the Kenyans will definitely see this.
But you did though. Like what?
But
the fuck?
mischief sounds like a little kid that smiled. It doesn't sound like accusing them of like something crazy. Like it's like
you gave
him
bulletin board material. It was a lot of bulletin board material that you just red meat that you threw out to
Can
him.
you elaborate on what you meant? If you knew you were being interviewed, because you knew.
Well, no, it was like.
I mean, during the interview, you're pretty aware that you're being interviewed, right?
Right, but like it was me, drawing plays on a board at the end of practice and explaining stuff to people, and then the head of football operations there just grabbed me and said, "Hey, can you just do an interview right now?" And I just sat there and I was like, "Okay, what are they gonna ask?" And they're like, "What do you think about our chances?" And I was like, "Okay, pretty vanilla answer." And I was like, "They're very ready." And then I realized I made it sound like, like, why did we lose that last time if we were very ready? And I was like, well, there was mischief.
Yeah, so. You were like, I could hear your internal monologue, which was pretty much saying, don't say cheating, don't say cheating, don't say cheating. And you're like, I don't want to say cheating, but mischief.
Dude, the trash talk. I want to talk about the Kenyan trash talk, because it's some of the funniest stuff ever. I don't think we could get a lot of it on the mics, but they started chanting Obama at us because they thought like Obama being half Kenyan, like Kenyans are your daddy, like yeah. Kenyans rule you.
That's wild.
And I was like, what?
Billy's like, fuck you, I'm a Trump guy.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't hurt me like you think it does.
I like Obama, but it was just some of the other stuff they were saying. They realized that I knew what the word Mzungu meant, which is just white man, and they're just calling me Mzungu. And then there was there's some great back
reverse racism, huh?
Yeah, it was. They were like,
yeah.
Apparently it's like a slur. It's like not like positive. So
yeah,
so
they're colonizer, like literally, like to them.
Yeah,
they're a colonizer.
Yeah. So it was funny, but like I would use the term Mzungu, like hey, could we order some food to the table with the Mzungus over there? And they're like, what? They're like, he knows what that means.
So Billy, talk to me about the game. Like I saw one clip, I saw a touchdown pass,
dude,
absolute dime.
My form, my flexibility, I look so bad on that field. There's definitely some highlights. It's going to be, we'll put that together, but we need to put together a low light tape because there's some crazy shit that happens on that field. Like just how washed up I really am. Because when you're not practicing 5 days a week and have a training camp and throwing all year, like you lose a lot of flexibility, and especially arm stamina. So like if you throw the football 100 times a day, you'll be able to do it the next day and not get sore. But like if you show up on Wednesday and you have to throw 100 balls, then on Thursday you're like, oh shit, like I can't do this again. Then Friday it's like, oh God, like you can't half-ass football.
So what was your stat line?
Just practice for a week. I threw 2 touchdowns, ran 1 touchdown. I had 2 2-point conversions. My completion percentage was terrible, absolutely horrendous, and no picks that counted.
Okay, go on.
There might have been a pick, but it was on a 2-point conversion, so it doesn't count.
Did they return for a touchdown?
No.
Okay.
He was like out of bounds. We don't know if it's a pick.
We don't know if it's a pick.
It's a pick. It's a pick.
We don't know if it's a pick.
No excuses. Like the Kenyans played an amazing game. They were an amazing team. If we didn't have like our guys literally got right off the bus and then played the game.
How far was that bus ride?
15 hours. I know it sounds like excuses. I wish Donnie was
you
here.
always preface it with no excuses, man. And then like there's like at least
but
3
it's
or 4
like just
excuses.
the facts.
Like
it's just
back to back.
The Kenyans, I know, but like
then just say excuses. Don't say no
they're
excuses.
But they're not excuses. I'm telling the story. Like the guys needed to warm up, and they warmed up during the first half.
No excuses.
And we didn't score in the first half because we were still warming up. after a 15-hour bus ride. And then the second half, we outscored them in the third quarter. We came out at halftime and we were down 14-0. And I was like, you know what, guys? We're kicking an onside kick to start off the second half. And we got it and went down and scored. And it was insane. Like, just the swing from halftime, and like it was all. It was.
You gave a halftime speech.
Yeah, I gave a little bit of a halftime speech. It was more of just like,
can't wait to see that.
Adjustments. No, we actually had a guy, an American Ugandan came and gave a halftime speech. He just like came in and started giving a halftime speech. He was like, hell yeah, dude, go for it. I gotta talk to guys about adjustments. I don't have time to craft. Like, it's more important to like fix the stuff we're doing wrong than like make this big thing. Like the theatrics, there was really great football this game. Just theatrics, like, you know, there's no win this for the Gipper type stuff. Actually, there might have been. When like getting them to come to the game and not walk away. Bro. What?
It's just your thought process is like Kanye, bro. It's hilarious, dog. He'll be like, I went to the doctor, and I'm not gonna say what race the doctor was. It was a Jewish doctor.
Well, did I? No, I said win it for the Gipper.
You said there was no win one for the Gipper type speech. Actually, yes, there was.
There was a little, like, the video's gonna be amazing. The video's gonna be amazing. Like, I didn't like remember giving a big speech at halftime, but I was like, we're doing an onside kick, so we gotta get the fucking football and go down there and score. Like,
yeah,
there was, and then I'm like, yeah, that is a win that for the Gipper type. But I was just focusing on adjustments.
Did you have a touchdown celebration?
No, dude, they celebrated too hard after the first touchdown, and we got a 15-yard penalty, and they scored. And yeah,
who threw that flag?
The refs were great this game.
Billy told them to do the Mark Rick thing, and the whole team run out onto the field when they score.
No, they didn't. They were so excited to score the first touchdown in like 3 years. And so, but the thing is, the Kenyans, when they scored first, they went crazy and all ran onto the field, and they got a flag. So like when the Ugandans did, they kind of needed to get a flag too. Like, it was a great ref game. But the Kenyans also had a totally different squad who showed up.
Yeah, what was their game plan like? What's Kenyan football?
The Kenyans, they exploited our weak secondary and made big plays when they needed to. Got out of like a lot of big fourth downs. I should have spent more time focusing on defense, and I looking back, like, that was my fault. I should have taken more time to ensure that, we had our coverage assignments done in every formation. The thing is, the formations, it was the guys who showed up from Kenya last time were a whole different team. This team was a local college team, and a pretty big size. But the Kenyan program is like, hats off to them. They run a tight ship. They, a lot of the stuff we take for granted in the United States, like transportation, getting snacks, food, water, equipment, like Kenya's a little farther along with those than Uganda, and hats off to them. They played an amazing game. They have some great players. We started slow, and we couldn't finish. So, but it was a heck of a game, high scoring game. It was the funnest game, the guys said, they've ever played. Like, the emotional swings, like, that's what really was like, I saw a lot of the Ugandan players fall in love with the game. And they were like, I can't wait to keep playing American football. That was so amazing. Like, the way, like, because they had really their first taste of the drug that is football, in playing football, and like the good football. And they're like before they were getting stepped on football, like this was the good stuff, and it got them hooked, and they love it. And they were, they got in, they can't stop talking about the game. Like, it was so cool when we threw the pass. It was so cool. And that, like, post game, like, that was just like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw your post game picture of you hanging out with the boys. You're having a beer, and you were the only one that was shirtless in the post game celebration.
Or drinking.
Yeah.
I had to catch a plane, so I had to just
take my
strip
shirt
down.
off.
Also I'm pretty. I was getting my cuts. I've like cut up all over my body, so they cauterize. So they don't use like they'll use alcohol or iodine, and the trainer's like, would you like me to fix up your cuts because they won't let you on the plane in the airport if you're bleeding? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like I thought there might be Band-Aids involved, but no, they just like pour this chemical cauterizer and they just put it on your cut and it burns and it doesn't stop burning. Like alcohol burns for a little and it's fine. This burnt all the way to the airport, but it like gets the job done. Like it already has like skin over it. It's like sealed. That was like something that was just like so fascinating. Like, because it's cheaper to do that than Band-Aids.
Yeah.
And that was like, whoa. But it was such an amazing experience. And the guy, like,
Hey, Billy,
those dudes, man.
I know you played quarterback. Did you also play defense?
I was dying, like coming out. I puked the first drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're saying no, you did not play defense?
I hopped in on special teams a couple times. I was gassed, dude.
Did you scramble or something? Why were you so out of breath?
Well, I was scrambling. I probably had 150 rushing yards. I was
I'm
getting
gonna fact
hit.
check this. I'm gonna fact check this shit out of this once the video comes out.
We had a lot of no.
So, wait, just for the record, 2 touchdowns running, or two touchdowns passing,
150.
1 touchdown running, and then 150 yards.
Hand up.
This was like this is a Lamar Jackson stat line.
No,
That
but
was
hand up.
killing that shit.
Hand up. I overinflated. I forgot what average rushing yards were. I think in passing yards. So I was like, what's like okay rushing yards, but probably more like 75 to 100.
Okay.
But you're just making it up?
No, I'm thinking
Billy-
in my head.
Billy
No one's
forgot-
keeping
No,
stats,
big thing what
dude.
you don't understand is Billy in his head forgot what a good game rushing was and then a great game rushing. And so he said, well, I feel like I had a good game rushing, so I'll say 150 yards.
But like a decent,
let's
a
all take
serviceable
bets.
passing game. I'm thinking about in passing stats. Like passing yards are usually higher than rushing yards, right?
Yes.
So in my brain, I'm thinking as a quarterback. So I was playing quarterback. I was like, what's a decent yardage? So I chose a decent, like, it's probably more.
So
No, I
the
know
answer
exactly
to
what
my
happened.
question was yes.
Billy was giving a stat line based off vibes.
Right.
That game.
Yeah. Well, no one was like, besides touchdowns and the score, no one was doing stats.
Okay,
So,
but we're going to be able to watch the film
Do we
back.
have every play of the game filmed?
yeah, every play has
All right.
been filmed.
Let's predict Billy's actual stat line. I think he had 41 yards rushing. I think he had a touchdown. Now we're counting. What about sacks? He probably got sacked a couple times.
I
Actually,
won't count
no.
sacks against him.
The
Okay.
offensive line really fucking held up. They were sick.
And I think Billy had 110 yards passing. 110 yards passing, 42 yards on the ground. 2 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing, although he might have only gotten a 2-point conversion rushing, and he's just saying that he got a touchdown.
No, we ran Uganda for a touchdown and then twice on 2-point conversions. Then on the 4th time we tried Uganda on a 2-point conversion,
They stopped it.
they stopped it, but we kind of like false started badly. And
Did you run any misdirection?
yes, we ran like tosses. We'd have fakes and go. Like we ran the option a little bit. We'd run sweeps and then gives. You know,
None of that sounds like misdirection.
what, like counters?
Any misdirection, reverses.
We dude,
Counters.
reverse. We got to play conservative
Wait,
football.
so no, you didn't run any misdirection.
This is the only thing Arian's been saying. Arian Foster was an all-pro running back. He's
Wait.
your coworker and your
Wait.
friend, and he's been volunteering advice to you for the last 2 months. And the only thing he's been saying the entire time, he's not trying to take over your coaching responsibilities.
I wasn't.
He's just trying to say, hey, I've got this one thing that I think actually, I know could work, but you should run misdirections. And you've been saying, okay, I'm going to run misdirections. And then you didn't run misdirections.
We ran, like, we would run jet sweeps and then run the ball the other way with the running back. Like, we run.
That sounds like a reverse.
No, like, we send a guy in motion, fake it to him, and then give it to the running back. Like, we were doing fakes and, like, it was too hard to get guys to do double pitches, to do, like, double handoffs. It just broke down too fast. There wasn't enough. The line, we're baby steps.
Gotcha.
So I tried my best.
I know you did, Billy. I'm actually proud of you because it sounded like from everything I know that happened behind the scenes, it looked like it was probably not going to happen. Like the game was very much in jeopardy at the last minute.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it happened.
I was up at 4 a.m. I was the night before the game. It was 4 a.m. and I was trying to make sure these buses were going to get to Kenya and like trying to keep the guys hyped and like sending, we'd FaceTime them and like I'd be like, once we said we got a bus and like I ripped my shirt off to hype them up so they like get like really like be like, yeah, we can do this. And just like these guys didn't eat for 2 days and they slept on the bus probably, but they didn't they weren't in a bed for over 48 hours and just like keeping them positive. And the thing was when they were arriving to the field, like it was one of the greatest, visions to see them just still positive and they're banging on the side of the bus, shaking the bus. And it's just like, these guys are just like a D1 team who gets like, who get NIL deals, but they're just rolling in on a bus that, is a public bus with other people on it that they've paid to go off route to drive them to the field. And they're rocking the bus with like older people in the car trying to like get to work. And it was like, dude, these guys, like, how can you not like do everything for those guys? And it was just such an amazing experience. And, we came up short, but I think we won big in so many other ways. Like it may have not happened in those, 48 minutes we played the game between the lines, but, I wasn't just teaching these guys about football. Like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but like, I was like, these guys know me for like, they've known me like for so long. And like, we talk so much, like they like ask me about their problems. Like, hey, when I worry a lot, like talking about anxiety, and I'm like teaching them breathing techniques and like, how to like be where you are, like smell what the air smells like say 5 things you see, like, what are your hands touching? Like those types of like mindfulness techniques when you're worried and like, do a lot of bro science. I was giving a lot of bro science. Will admit, I may have brought bro science to Uganda. We'll see how that goes. Our running back's a doctor. He didn't show up till the last day because he was on assignment in the upcountry, like giving out medical care. And he shows up the last day and I was like, oh, thank God. Because Ashraf, shout out Ashraf. He's a goddamn bowling ball. He was literally injuring dudes running the ball. Like every time he got a good head of steam and someone tried to tackle him, the Kenyans were just on their backs. Like shout out Ashraf, shout out Steven. Steven is just this beast defensive tackle that can absolutely play D3 football. He's 28 years old, but I looked up the rules. He can still play. He never started any NCAA eligibility and he never went to official university or college. He went to an agricultural program, which isn't a college. And he squats 450 pounds several times. And like, there's a video on my Twitter. I have his transcripts. If you're a college coach, reach out to me. This kid can play. This kid can play on your football team. Like there are guys I've seen in D3 who like you give him a training camp full of coaching, like just a preseason, he will start. He will be your, short yardage D tackle, nose tackle. He'll chase the quarterback. He's the type of guy that he will literally, miss, he comes in the middle, running backs bouncing outside, run 30 yards, 40 yards downfield to make a tackle. and he's 310 pounds and about 5'11", 6 foot D3.
Big boy.
But, yeah.
All
But
right, let's get him a spot. Why D3? Why not D2 or D1?
I'm being realistic. I'm not lying. Like, this guy can play. This guy can play on your football team. Even JUCO, like, there's some skill progression he needs to learn, but once you get him in the defensive room, he's gonna get it. Get him in the position room, give him the stuff to study. He will. But,
Okay, I also like the idea of Billy being over in Uganda and he's like teaching the players about anxiety and what anxiety is and mindfulness. Meanwhile, their running back is a little doctor.
Yeah.
right, but they do. But like, if he's like a medical doctor. He's not like a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So like I'm like trying to help these guys. Like, they got problems. I'm even doing like chalk talk stuff, like sex ed. Like they're like,
You were doing
What?
sex
yeah,
ed?
no, like they're like, yo, like I think like, oh man, like how do you properly use it's the
How does that come up? How does that start?
I think I he said, Coach Billy, I'm in a lot of trouble. I think I'm very stressed out today. And I was like, what's up, man? Like what's going on? He's like, I think I've gotten a girl pregnant. And I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And he explained what happened. I was like, wait,
Dr.
actually
Billy is just surprised.
No, I was like, no. But I was like,
transpired.
I was like, did you were you using protect, like what, like, and he goes, I was like, how many weeks? It's like, it was last night. And I was like, well, what happened? And he explained. I was like, did you? And he was like, no. Like, then I was like, oh no, she can't be pregnant. Like that's not how you get.
Wait, what are you saying?
I have no fucking clue. And this man was like, he used every, he wasn't.
You can say it, Billy.
He was doing oral sex instead, and he thought that could get. Yeah.
I think he might have been fucking with you, Billy.
I don't know. No, sometimes I don't know if they're fucking with me or they actually need help. So I'm like,
that's true.
But like, but then it's like, oh shit, no. And then like he's just like relieved. I'm like,
you really thought this man thought that he could get a girl pregnant by going down her? No fucking way, Billy.
No, other way.
We have been human.
He was receiving.
Oh, he got head. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was getting topped off by a Uganda shorty.
Yeah.
He came to Dr. Coach Billy and said, hey, yo, I shot a load in her mouth, dog. I'm just curious. Is that how babies happen, doctor?
I was like, he was worried. The guy, like, what am I supposed to, like?
I don't know, man. This sounds wild.
Dude, I swear.
It's hard for me to believe. Said this man, you said like 28 years old?
No, some of them are much younger. Some of them
how much younger was the dude?
19, 18.
So at 18 years old, you've been telling this young man I'm just skeptical. By nature, you might be right.
I know it sounds.
By nature, I'm kind of skeptical that a 19-year-old in any part of the country doesn't know how women get pregnant.
I'll send you some WhatsApp messages to confirm that this was going on. And
well, now I want to know what other kinds of advice you were doling out.
Well,
like
what
kind of program you run over there, Billy?
Dude, it's just bro science, football, like mental health awareness. Like I know it sounds funny, but like literally I don't think I've ever made I felt really helpful out there. And I was like,
you have him do My Cause, My Cleats. And it's just a guy getting head. And he's like, I'm raising awareness for the fact that you cannot get a woman pregnant for getting dome. It's a very big issue in my country. It's a very big issue.
Well,
we don't know. And then Billy came over and he told us, so I'm trying to spread awareness.
But and then, one day after practice, we had no idea this was going to happen, but we ended up going with the players to do community outreach and like play with a bunch of kids. And like the coaches that I coached were doing some of the drills with the little kids that I taught them. And they was like all this. And I was like, oh fuck, like
Full circle.
The game's
huh?
growing.
Mhm.
The game is growing. I texted my high school coach. I was like, Coach, your coaching tree has extended to Uganda, and he was dying.
That's
He's
great.
Never
So
thought that would happen.
how did Donnie do?
Donnie, what did Donnie do?
Damn.
Donnie filmed. He coached a lot of. No, Donnie was very instrumental in capturing the content and everything. I'm trying to think. Donnie also did the community outreach. Donnie's done a lot. He dealt with getting the bus there.
Yeah.
You don't have to convince us. We just want to know what he did, man.
But I don't want to make it sound like I said Donnie did nothing, because he did a lot. He's organized a lot of this whole
It's like
thing.
you posited an argument against yourself and just went in, dog.
Yeah, I know. I don't want it, because people are gonna say that Billy throwing Donnie. No, that's not true. That's not what happened.
So I saw that Donnie made you put sunscreen on.
Yes, he made sure I didn't get sunburnt, but I did.
Yeah,
Why were you refusing it?
Because I hate throwing a football with sunscreen on. Like when you're in hot camp practice and you're a quarterback, you have no gloves, and you have to grip the football. If you have sweat and sunscreen getting onto your hands, you're not gonna be able to grip the football. And you're gonna throw a terrible pass. Your coach is gonna be like, "What the fuck was that? That was bullshit. Get out!" Like we a new quarterback. And I'm just like, no sunscreen ever.
Yo, you are hilarious.
Yeah, Billy, I honestly can't wait for these videos to come out. I've never been more excited for some pieces of content, but I do want to get the clip. I want to get a full game. So
Yeah,
I want to do a stats
You can
breakdown.
analyze it all.
I want to give you your quarterback rating. I want to do Amazon Next Gen stats, how fast you were running.
Yeah, it's all gonna be out there. And I have nothing to hide. I hopped in to pads for the first time since last time on Wednesday. I've lost a lot of flexibility, especially my throwing arm and stuff. It's rough. I don't.
What was the best play of the game? Let's do a tease here. What's something that we can look forward to watching on tape?
There's a decent long touchdown pass.
How far?
It was an 80-yard field. So actually decrease all of the yardage stats because it was an 80-yard field, because there was soccer nets in the end zones, and they were just going to play with soccer nets in the middle of the end zones. I was like, yo, wait, we can't do this, guys. And I was talking to the Kenyan coach, and I was explaining someone's going to run into the soccer net if we don't make the end zones forward 10 yards. And we need to put padding on them even if they're behind. And they're like, oh, okay. So we played an 80-yard game.
All right, so how far was your pass?
I'd like to think 45, but it was probably 40 to 35.
Okay.
Was the 80-yard field factored in when you were estimating your statistics?
No, I just remember there's an 80-yard field. So much else has happened since I was worrying about the 80-yard field.
Did you have any highlight clips of your own?
Yeah. I threw 2 touchdowns. I had a sick run. I ran the fuck over their captain.
Nice.
And that pumped up the boys. And I was talking shit to him, and then he just kept going, Obama, fuck you, Mazungu. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. So
Were you mic'd?
I don't think so.
That would have been
The Ugandan giant mic'd up.
Oy.
I do like that you took back the M word, Mzungo.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Me and
this
Dyer was what's up, Mazungu?
Yeah. I'm proud of you, Billy. I'm proud that you got to have that time. And it sounds like, how many new friends did you make? It sounds like you got a whole group of boys over there.
Oh, dude, we were rolling deep. It was, I've all their numbers. We text every day. I'm just sending them football stuff. It's dope. And then they sometimes ask me for weird. I tweeted this one guy asked me to get him boner pills, and I was like, "Are you joking?" And then he was like, "What are the boner pills?"
I can do it.
What? Why do you? I get why you would need them, but dude, you're 20 years old, man.
Yeah, remember, mouth only. Use the mouth only. You can't get any trouble. That's what Dr. Bill says. I am looking forward to maybe 50 years, 60 years from now. Ugandan football is an established program. maybe there's like a Super Bowl of Africa that we're doing over there, and they're doing like the Ugandan Football Hall of Fame, and they bring back the alumni of like some of the founding teams, and they got all these old pictures of like Billy with all the guys on the field. Billy comes back for a banquet in the year like 2080. He's got his cane, and the boys are around him, and it's just good to see all of them. And
Coach
Billy just like
Mazzola.
rips his shirt off at the banquet.
Dude, those are some awesome dudes. I mean, just literally seeing them after the game, just being like talking and like how like, did you see that play? That play was so awesome when this guy hit that guy. Remember when Ashraf cracked the Kenyan on the sideline, and that was insane. Like, and just seeing them talk about the game the way that like, you know, when you're in high school, you're in college, just recounting the game and like how cool stuff was. Like, do you remember when you hit that guy? And like, it was just like that made the whole trip worth it.
This
like,
would be
everything worth
a
it.
great recurring series. Just Billy going to various countries, teaching them how to play football, learning about their customs, introducing them to bro science, some light sex ed, like like 7th grade sex ed level stuff, and just growing the game that way. Where else would you like to go, Billy? Because who knows what's going to happen with Uganda if we're going to go back there. But I would like to see you teaching more developing countries in terms of like their programs, like developing football programs overseas. So
we've already received. So technically, we have 2 pro football players on this show. Oh, actually 3. I know, but
Bill,
like,
you received-
technically, it's a pro team. They were paying the guys.
Oh, okay.
So like, I have recently a team in Hungary reached out to me, like, would you like to play for us? I was like,
yes,
new recruiting.
Yeah.
new recruiting season.
Make demands.
Billy's in
like
the portal right now.
Like you know how I don't know how musicians have writers. I don't know if y'all know that, but like so like when they tour, musicians have writers, and so like you can have like a bottle of liquor or whatever, a whole bunch of crazy strawberries with chocolate. Also, like every musician has a different writer, so they ask you for your writer. But you should have a football writer.
Yeah, just cold beers every night. I need a case of very cold beer every night.
Yeah, let's get Billy to Hungary. Billy, I give you permission to go play football in Hungary.
Dude, my body, like, I'm dead. I can't even, like, talking hurts right now.
Well,
Like,
getting ahead of
RFK Jr. right there, bro.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I do sound a little fucked.
the international series is going to play down in Brazil, I think next year or the year after.
I
Get
need
Billy
to
down
start
to Brazil.
I need like actually start training again because I'm very rusty, very, very rusty.
I do like, yeah, you should be a mercenary, a football mercenary, just traveling around. If your country's got a big game, bring Billy in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got home safe. There was a small part of me that was a little bit worried.
Oh, Kenya almost didn't accept my visa because they didn't. So I had to go through Uganda. Kenya was like questionable social media on my visa application. And they were saying social media, like they flagged it. And I was like, holy fuck, they've been seeing all my Beat Kenya posts. So, and so then I had to go through Uganda to get the East African tourist visa. And then that allowed me to get into Kenya.
Oh, so Kenya actually wouldn't let you in.
Yeah, they wouldn't accept me. Let me check what my visa status is right now.
Questionable social media post. Is that like all the animal death videos that you've tweeted out, or was that?
I think it was
Might
like
be I think you're a poacher.
Yeah.
I think if I was on the Kenyan football staff and I had someone working near the High Commission office, they'd be like, "Hey, there's this one guy. Don't accept his visa in time."
Oh, you think it's some mischief?
There's
There's
so much mischief afoot. It's so. I'm like you get like a rush out there, and it's awesome. It's literally, it's pretty cool out there.
How's the Ugandan air?
The Ugandan air hits, bro. Kenyan air is trash. Kenyan air, Ugandan air, killer. Kenyan air, trash. Fucking altitude, no oxygen. I needed one of these. I literally bought this just today because I was just like, I want to like breathe good ass air because I was just sucking wind in Kenya, and all the dudes were, because they literally, some of them might have had altitude sickness because they drove 15 hours up to a mile high in Nairobi. And Uganda's much lower and has sicker air.
Way sicker air. So what was the final score again?
22-38.
Okay, that's respectable.
So our margin of loss increased?
Yeah, but are the scoring, like, we scored more points than Uganda has in its entire history in one quarter. So that is upward trajectory. So, you know, programs aren't made in a day. But what really happened is, like, guys got fourth quarter, just we couldn't tackle.
Yeah.
We couldn't tackle, and we got within 6 points at one point. At one point it was 16-22, and that was like right after halftime. We kicked an onside kick, picked it up, went down, scored, then again went down, scored after stopping them, and though they scored once in between, and we were within 6. So if we just stopped them and scored one more time, 2-point conversion, Uganda, we could have locked that bitch up and then just ran the clock. The 2-minute drill before halftime was terrible. That is one of my coaching failures. But there wasn't, they didn't stop the clock on passing plays. Did not know that. But before the game, they said they're only stopping the clock 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So that I would have changed my strategy there. We just started throwing Hail Marys. But it was pretty dope. It was awesome. And I hope the best for the Ugandan program. And the thing is, after that game, they're going to maintain more guys because they lose a lot of guys just because the quality of football isn't good. They keep getting whacked by Kenya, and there's not as many touchdowns, but they got, 3 hits of touchdowns, excitements, big plays. They got so much, and they just fell in love with the game.
Glad to hear that, Billy. Proud of you. Looking forward to the video. When's the video going to come out?
I don't know, but we
send the video.
Send the video. But hopefully we get a couple more clips. We got to have Donnie back on maybe to say his piece about what he had to deal with. He can take that angle. I just want to focus on the guys and just how awesome those dudes were to show up 15 hours in a bus, go straight off the bus, put their pads on the bus, then went straight out onto the field and played a game.
I feel like y'all could have asked for 15 minutes to warm
The sun
up.
was going to set, and the field didn't have lights. So we were fighting daylight.
Adversity, battling through. I was getting texts from Donnie on Saturday being like, hey, yeah, we're not going to make the game. There's no bus. No way to get there. The guys have been waiting there for like 12 hours. Still no bus. I didn't think it was going to happen. I was down. I felt like it was definitely a situation where it was
I cracked a couple beers at 4 a.m. and then when we thought the game was officially not done, and then we got the bus company on the phone and we got the bus. So I drank a couple beers and threw a couple touchdowns the next day. Didn't really affect my performance.
Wait, were you drunk during the game?
No, not during the game.
Not even
Before
a
the
little bit?
game. The night before the game at 4 a.m. because we were trying to get the buses there.
Gotcha. What time was kickoff?
Kickoff was 4:30 p.m. Before we get into teed off, I just want to talk to you about Pie Wine. I never drank wine before usually until I tried Pie Wine. Pie Wine was created to go with your pizza, slightly sweet, slightly sparkling, and the first official drink of pizza. Unlike canned seltzers, each can of Pie Wine equals 2 glasses of wine with alcohol content of 10.5 to 13.5%. So pizza becomes pizza party. very quickly. Just featured on Shark Tank, where Mark Cuban and Mr. Wonderful love the product. The sharks know what is up, and now you do too. Pie wine is pizza's new side piece. When you think pizza, you need to think pie wine, the OG pizza wine, loved by people who usually don't drink wine and accept it as the official wine of pizza. Pie wine turns pizza into pizza party. Started by two best friends and stoolies, Pie wine elevates your slice and turns pizza night into the greatest night of the week. There's 3 flavors: world famous red, sweet za, sparkling white, and classic crispy dry white. Mix and match with your favorite style of pizza. Owners are allowing all of us to invest and join the Pie Wine team. Get your slice of $46 billion pizza industry by investing in Pie Wine today. Reserve your investment now at piewine.com. Pie Wine, pizza's new side piece. Visit piewine.com.
Okay. Big T. What are you teed off about?
So I don't know if I'm teed off about this. I was just thinking about it. So if you're a kid, tune out for the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
If you're listening to this in your car, your kids, turn down. So Santa, right? So Santa, I was thinking about Santa, and I was like, so if you're a kid, you believe the sleigh flies, obviously, for sure. The reindeer fly.
Mm-hmm.
Those are... It's like Game of Thrones, right? In a world where those things can happen, it makes sense that they do.
Yep.
The storage issue, however, I'm hung up on. This
Magical
guy
sack.
Huh?
The sack's magical.
The sack regenerates?
But that doesn't... if a reindeer can fly, it flies. There's nothing else that has to happen there other than you believing that's possible. This guy has billions of gifts, billions,
Yeah,
thousands of millions, and he's in a sleigh that's 10 by 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So how did we ever believe that?
So I guess the only option would be that the sack regenerates.
Yeah, but that's
he
nonsense.
takes the presents out, and then the sack fills back up.
But now you're counting on presents just appearing out of thin air.
All right, so I think I got it for you, Big T. Because I didn't grow up thinking none of this shit. Because I was Muslim and I was the kid telling all your kids that shit wasn't real. I regret my decision back then. But there is something called quantum entanglement. All right, maybe Santa's just ahead of the curve, Big T. Quantum entanglement is when two particles, no matter how vast the distance, they can be stretched across the entire universe, can communicate with each other instantaneously. We don't know how it happens. We don't know why it happens, but it's proven to be true. So maybe Santa's just ahead of the curve, and he can send information via gifts instantaneously. So every time he sends the gifts, new gift pops up. Bang, we just solved it.
So
just ahead of the curve.
Okay, run that by me.
Santa for science.
Right. So Santa is in Brazil, right?
Boom.
He has all the presents for the town in Brazil. You're saying what happens?
Mrs. Claus or another little elf is in the North Pole where all the toys are made. Right?
Yes.
And they have discovered how to capitalize on quantum entanglement to where these two pieces of information can interact with each other instantaneously, and they have figured out how to send stuff instantaneously.
So you're saying once he takes out the presents out of his big bag in Brazil, the ones for Argentina appear.
Boom, right away. Boom.
Okay, that's at least that's a better explanation than anything I've gotten previously. So
it says that quantum entanglement has been demonstrated experimentally with photons, electrons, and even small diamonds.
What? How small are the diamonds?
This is teleportation.
Wait.
I don't know that the particles. Yes, I have not heard about the diamond aspect of that's fucking fire if they have done that. But I know about the photons and how they were identical, and they have low key proved that it's possible with. I didn't know that they did anything with mass. So photons don't have any mass. But for one thing to communicate with another thing across any vast distance instantaneously, which is faster than the speed of light, breaks the laws of physics, which is wildly. It's just a wild concept. I hadn't heard about the diamond thing. That's actually send that.
Let's see. Entangled diamonds vibrate together. A pair of diamond crystals have been linked by quantum entanglement. That means that a vibration in the crystals could not be meaningful assigned to one or other of them. Both crystals were simultaneously vibrating and not vibrating.
So kind of like the spin and no spin thing. This is what Einstein did not believe was possible, but was later proved to be true.
Yeah, he said that it violates what local. What's the rule that he had? Local something.
I don't know what the term is. I know I'm familiar with it though. But he basically said famously, like he was like, okay, it's more like if you put two gloves in a box, in separate boxes, and just spread them across. No matter how fast you check the other ones, the other one's always going to be the opposite. They were talking about the spin.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said famously something like, because none of that should make sense. None of that shit makes sense. And he said something like, I would rather think that the moon is always there, whether I'm looking at it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's probably how Santa does it, Big T.
All right.
Quantum entanglement.
That's fair enough.
How do you guys feel about eggnog? Are we pro or anti-eggnog?
I'm all for eggnog, bro. That shit
Same.
is fantastic, dog.
Eggnog.Eggnog's perfect for hiding whatever you're doing.
Go on.
So like you can.
I assume you're talking about alcohol.
Yeah. It's like if you want to put like a ton of booze in your eggnog, like no one finds out.
You talk like an alcoholic uncle. Like, if you want to hide a ton of booze, you just put it in eggnog.
I feel like eggnog gets a bad rap. I really do. People they love to shit on it. They love to talk about how gross it is.
From whom?
I hear people talking shit about eggnog all the time.
I feel like in the last 3 to 5 years, eggnog has gotten much, much more popular.
Good. I'm glad because nog is legit.
You know who's at the front lines of that is our dear friend Coley.
That's right. Yeah, Coley hates the nog.
Wow.
Hates it.
No. And you know what?
Wait, I thought
Shout
he
loved
loved the nog.
Oh, wait. Does he love it or hate
I
it?
thought he loved the nog.
For some reason, Coley is still in our group chat, our pod group chat. He has not left. He doesn't talk. We have multiple conversations about random shit all the time. He just never, and every now and then he'll pop and say hello. He's way better than I am. Like because I hate notifications.
Mm-hmm.
If I was ever to leave this pod, I'm leaving the group, y'all. I love y'all, but there's no way I can have those notifications on my phone. I don't know how he does it. That's wild.
I'm sure he has it just completely muted.
Yeah, he definitely does, and just pops in occasionally. I just texted him and tagged him in it. Coley, what are your thoughts on eggnog? Hopefully he'll reply to this one.
Yeah, he said I looked up his name and it says it's genuinely insane that eggnog isn't available 24/7, 365.
Agreed. Okay, my mistake. I did not mean to slander you, Coley.
His favorite is Hood.
Hood is good eggnog.
No, he's on the front lines of loving the nog.
What do you guys put in eggnog? I like bourbon. Whiskey nog is good.
I'm like a whiskey drinker in general.
I like Irish cream and whiskey on top
Double
of it.
down.
Because the Irish cream helps blend it.
Oh, I haven't put up my tree yet, dog. I'm gonna do that today.
Yeah, should we hit the nog
December 18th
for the Christmas episode?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think we should nog it up.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Eggnog?
We had it. I think we had it last year on our Christmas episode.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Let's
we can
nog
do it
up.
again.
I don't remember doing
Tradition.
I didn't have any. I remember
Well, you
wearing
guys
a
weren't
Santa
here.
hat. Yeah, I wore a Santa hat. We can do that though. We'll have a
Want me to get
one
some
cup of
nog?
nog. We won't
Yes.
get. I'm not gonna get Ocean's episode. Slizzard.
this. Yeah, just
But
1 or 2 nogs.
what an all time.
That's
Okay,
the first time I ever met you.
Damn, what an impression I made.
I know.
Didn't you say like is Arian okay? Like
Yeah,
you asked
well,
PFT?
Arian was in the main part of the New York office talking to, I think, Jack Mack. I don't think they were arguing, but I think Jack Mack was getting a feel for like Arian. And I looked over at PFT and was like, is Arian like really drunk? And he was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
The
There's
crazy
wine.
thing was, y'all gave me a cup, and the juice that I had, it kept spilling out from underneath the cup. I don't know if y'all ever.
Oh yeah, it was a cheap
You're
ass
using a
paper cup.
paper cup.
And so I kept putting papers underneath rather than just switching cups or getting another cup. I was just loose. I was out of there.
It's kind of our fault looking back because someone just handed you a bottle of vodka. Wasn't it vodka?
Well, no, it wasn't your fault at all. I came lit. So I was there with a whole bunch of friends, right? It was a trip I was taking, and we had went to the Brooklyn Bridge and popped open a bottle. We were celebrating something, and so like we had took a bottle on the Brooklyn Bridge and was just drinking on the bridge, just having a good time. We brought a little portable speaker. Great time. And then I got to y'all, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's keep it going." And that was probably my undoing.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
I love Bobby Vino.
Bobby Vino.
That's a Big T nickname right there for the record.
Bobby Vino.
We'll do a Nog episode. Maybe we'll have some Nog on Wednesday. It's a cozy drink, man. It's the coziest drink that they got going.
Wait, can I ask a dumb question? I wasn't a Nog drinker growing up. Is eggnog alcoholic to begin with, or do you add alcohol to it?
You add it. You can buy spiked eggnog, but you can also buy just like standard eggnog.
Got it.
And you can have ice cream eggnog.
What do you mean ice cream?
Well, it's eggnog ice cream, I should say.
Like just eggnog flavored?
Yeah, it's good.
What would be the difference between ice cream eggnog and eggnog ice cream?
I thought he meant like you make ice cream out of eggnog.
I think ice cream eggnog would be ice cream flavored eggnog.
No, that's eggnog ice cream.
Oh, and eggnog ice cream would be ice cream made out of eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandma likes to pour eggnog on ice cream because ever since she turned 80, she puts ice cream in her coffee every morning because she's like, fuck this. I'm eating ice cream every day for breakfast because what else? Shit. Yeah, because how many years do I have left? I'm like, I've lived this long, like eating so much ice cream, but like now I'm really going nuts.
You know, we all kind of young, right? So it's like, it's not a really thought that presses. I think about death a lot, but not in the way that older people think about death. I think about death like, you know, it's like a part of the life cycle and it's going to happen when it happens. Like my dad said some of the realest shit to me the other day. And he's like, son, when you have more yesterdays than tomorrows, like you really start to put things in perspective. And like, we kind of take that time aspect of our lives for granted. Whereas like older folks really are like, yo, you know, my best days are behind me. Like, and I got about a good 15, 20 left. And that 15, 20 happens a lot faster because our 15, 20 or 15, 20 for me, even 20 years ago, was just such a long time. When them, it's like, that shit right around the corner, man. That shit's crazy. So I say all that to say, call your loved ones that are a little older, man, because most of the time, they just want somebody to talk to. Old tongues love to wag. And it's nice when the younger cats call and check up on you. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I wish I could, you know, hit my grandpa up one more time, man. But he out of here.
That's a good holiday message.
Facts.
I like it. We got something very important to debate. Very, very important to debate.
What a pivot.
I'm texting my grandma right now.
Before we get into it, I'll let you guys text whoever you want. Mm-hmm. I want to talk to you about Sport Clips. Sport Clips is a great place to get your hair cut. The experts in men's hair. Your hair might grow fast, but after going to Sport Clips haircuts, you're going to wish that it grew even faster. Because at Sport Clips, they have the best seats in men's hair. May or may not be because they happen to be right in front of TVs that are playing sports all day, every day. We know that watching sports while getting a haircut sure beats watching your reflection get a haircut. That's why at Sport Clips, every day is clippers and curveballs, high tops, Hail Marys, and even waves and wickets if you're into that sort of thing. At Sport Clips, you can check in with the pros in men's hair, and you can totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. They got the legendary hot steam towel, the MVP experience with the massaging shampoo, and that steam towel is amazing. Best way to finish a haircut. They have an endless stream of sports on TV, and you can watch them while getting an awesome haircut. Sport Clips, it's a game changer. All right, big conversation to have. I'm glad that the Overton window has shifted to now where we can have these types of conversations out in the open, in the light of day, and it comes to us via Rashard Mendenhall. Rashard Mendenhall, you might remember Rashard Mendenhall. He played at the University of Illinois, I believe. Played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was in a Super Bowl. I think he also had like some sort of Osama bin Laden tweet that he put out. Big T, can you look that up?
That was LaShawn McCoy, wasn't it?
No, R.I.P. R.I.P. My dog Osama bin Laden.
No, LaShawn McCoy spoiled Avengers.
Yeah, Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
different. Mendenhall had like a 9/11.
Oh, I
tape.
see how you can get those mixed up, baby.
It was just they are. So I get them
Spoiling
confused.
Avengers.
No, I get them confused
Saying
in my
Osama bin
brain
Laden's the
all
homie,
the
that's
time.
pretty-
Like Rashard Mendenhall was a trivia question for us on the dozen,
True.
and I just kept thinking of LaShawn McCoy. I was like, I know Mendenhall didn't go to Pitt, but like they are in my mind like just the same running back. It was. I remember this now. It was when Osama died, and he tweeted, "What kind of person celebrates death? It's amazing how people can hate a man they've never even heard speak. We've only heard one side."
That's not as bad as R.P. my dog.
It's not good.
Yeah, well, we've only heard one side.
It's
like,
not. Let's hear Osama out.
yeah, let's wait till all the facts come out about Osama.
Well, I mean, hold on now.
Oh, don't.
I don't know if we want
Don't.
to have a foreign policy conversation right now because it's such a good vibe, but it wasn't such some random like hate towards USA.
It was a political attack.
Yes. But I'm saying it wasn't random. Like he didn't wake up and was like, I want to fuck over the USA for no reason.
Yeah,
USA
he wasn't
had
like
his hands in foreign affairs and people's land for a very long time.
he wasn't like in a cave like a Inspector Gadget villain being like ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill so many people. He's a murderer and a mass murderer at that, and a bad guy, evil guy. But yeah, he wasn't like just getting off on killing people just to kill people.
Yeah, I mean his justification, like whether you agree with it or not, he had his reasoning, which I think that leads to it a little bit. Well, yeah, I guess I understand both sides of that argument, but it's not as bad as I thought it was.
I still feel okay with celebrating Osama bin Laden getting killed.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm just saying, it just wasn't as bad as I thought it was. The tweet.
Yeah, not 9/11. You mean the
Do you
tweet?
think
Yeah, that
Osama?
tweet.
So there's a conspiracy that Osama bin Laden, because most of the people under Al Qaeda never met Osama bin Laden, and there is a conspiracy that Osama bin Laden might just only exist in all the content that was put out.
He's
Like
like Manchurian
No, like
from
does-
Iron Man. Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, was that the plot of Iron Man?
yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. It's probably based on that conspiracy.
They just hired a dude to like, postulate that he was the one behind everything and he was the mastermind. It was really somebody else. It was an American force.
Yeah, or it was like create an enemy in the region to have an
Yeah,
excuse to invade.
That's
That's
literally Iron Man
Huh.
plot.
Well, they probably based
the
on that
the
conspiracy.
Mandarin, not the Manchurian, the Mandarin. That's what it is. Mandarin.
Yeah, because
The
like
Mandarin.
some of the videos, like they're all in places where you can't tell there's stuff around it. Like it's in like a cave or it's like in a room that could very easily be anywhere like designed. I don't know. That's like almost like the moon landing type stuff. But
I don't
probably
know enough-
first-
I don't know enough about that, man.
little conspiracy to add, but it's interesting.
All right, so let's get into the tweet of the day from Rashard Mendenhall because there's a lot to unpack here. He said, "I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl? Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all black versus all white bowl so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football?
Yes.
I'm better than your GOAT."
Holy shit. Okay, so
You
hold on.
want to talk about ratings?
I have a so
So hold on. So I just want to lay out what has happened here. So he's saying he's tired of white analysts that didn't play football telling him about who is and who ain't good about football.
Yep.
So let's just do a racial draft for football in pro sports. And then what?
And then so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football.
So he's basically, I'm trying to read through the inference. So he's just saying black people are better at football. So stop.
So average white analysts should not be commenting on football.
I'm not following his logic, but that shit is funny as shit.
It's a fun experiment to think through.
Now, yes, and we'll get to that. But when he says, I'm better than your goat, is he referring to the goat of whites? Because that's absolutely not true.
Yeah, I don't know.
There are dozens, if not hundreds, of white football players way better than Rashard Mendenhall.
I'd say probably hundreds.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How about running backs,
Yeah.
though?
That's true, but he's just saying football.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends, man. I don't
Now, but to the all white versus all black, I haven't watched the Pro Bowl in I don't know how many years. That I'm watching.
Yes, everyone's going to watch this game.
And it's
Now, it would be concerning.
This game
though,
isn't good for our country.
It would be concerning because like you'd be cheering for probably your team, right?
absolutely yes.
But then a lot of people would start cheering like a little too hard for their team.
Well, here's the thing. So we would obviously lose this most years, but it's worth it for the 1 out of every 10 that Christian McCaffrey fucking goes off and we win. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't think that it wouldn't be like dominant every year. I think it would probably be like a 13.5, 14-point spread. We can look at what the final rosters would be and then we can adjust that.
The secondary really throws that.
Yeah, you got to get
Cornerbacks.
Got to get creative with the secondary for sure.
I think I'm in. Are we doing this? Let's do this.
This game is better enjoyed without the context of history. So that's how we're looking at it.
Correct.
Nope. I'm bringing history into this game.
All right, so let's take it from the top.
Let's do it. Hold on. Let me. I didn't know we was doing it, so let me prepare my draft board. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm in the war room right now.
Well,
This is a tough.
Let's think of coaches. Let's think of coaches while you're getting your draft board ready.
Okay.
So do we?
Who do the whites take? Do we take Belichick?
No,
No.
Yes.
not right
What?
now. He's
But
what,
like-
3-11?
Well, are we taking Belichick with Tom Brady?
No,
'Cause
we want.
can easily get Tom Brady if we want
Wait,
him.
yeah, is this active? Is this active players or
Yeah,
is this
if we're
all
playing
time?
this
Active players
this
and
year.
coaches.
Oh,
What
this
about
year.
And this is also
yeah.
kind of skewed. It's because y'all get the plot on y'all's team. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
You're-
war room is
yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
I need somebody on my side.
Do you need? I didn't want to be like, hey, can I?
Billy went to
help
Uganda
you with
once.
the-
He can help you out.
That would be.
Yeah, you know what? All right, I'm taking Billy. He just got back from Uganda. He's well versed in this area, coaching blacks.
No, Billy can be your
in
GM.
several areas.
Have you seen that meme with Peter Griffin? Where he has a draped as his king.
They
of the
respected
blacks?
me for it.
Billy will be your GM.
All right, Billy's
General
my token GM for the purposes of this show.
All right, so you want Saban at
I think
head
we're
coach?
taking Saban or Kirby Smart.
Kirby. So you think Kirby Smart?
Y'all was taking a college
for long
coach?
enough?
Oh, already fucking up.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe. Wait. What about
Who's-
McDaniel? What about Mike McDaniel? That could go either way.
Well, so I was going to get to this.
Are we
There's a lot
taking
of-
all time or are we talking about current?
right now?
Current. Right now. Okay.
Yeah, if the game was played
All
this
time,
season.
it'd be pretty close.
Are we just taking head coach, not
All time,
DC, OC?
we wiping
Let's
the
just
floor.
take head coach.
Okay.
So he's actually.
I don't care about the coach. This is for one, like they're practicing for a week. Like the coach doesn't matter all that much. Honestly, if we're talking like scheme and shit, we should take like McVay.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Because like it's not like you're building up a team. Like the
Yeah,
coach
'cause-
doesn't matter all
right,
that
so
much.
we take McVay. He has the natural connection with Cooper Cup.
Oh well,
You know,
obviously
you need Cooper
one of
running
our
that
stars,
system. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So McVay will be
Okay,
our
real
head.
quick before we gotta talk about this. How are we handling biracial people?
I think we should get them absolutely. They definitely identify.
I
As,
think it should go one back and forth. Like if y'all get, if you take Mahomes,
No,
we get the
no,
next
no.
one.
Like the basketball possession arrow.
Yeah, yes, correct. If y'all get Mahomes, we get the next guy.
I no, I don't think so because then you.
It's just a battle over Mahomes. That's what we're doing right now.
No,
No, there's a lot.
No.
I mean, we need those guys in the
I'm
secondary.
in Ross,
true.
St. Brown, St.
Yeah, the St. Browns. Yeah. Okay, we'll do
white.
possession arrow.
I didn't know he was white.
So
That might not be accurate.
his dad is African American. I believe his mom is white. I think she's
Okay,
European.
let's have the people in your war room in the back. Let's have them fact check that really quick.
I'm checking.
While we go on. Okay, well, they're doing that.
Are we
Billy,
gonna
I
go
think
for
we
it?
go with Mike Tomlin, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Straight up, he's been the most consistent. He's a defensive guy first, and that's what we want to focus on is defense because they're going to be weak in their secondary. So I think if we just have a solid defense and worry about our defensive scheme and really confuse them up front, I think we got him right there. So I think we're taking Mike Tomlin.
White boys, Amon Ra, white mom.
Okay.
That's good. That's big for us.
Okay.
We do need that.
I like the possession arrow thing. But if we're taking historical context into consideration, the one drop rule is a thing. But for the purposes of this draft, you would get washed without it. So I'm okay with it.
So let's go ahead and just say who we know is starting on our team.
Okay.
No, you know
We're
what?
gonna go,
I don't
we're gonna
like
go
this.
position by position.
I want to take historical
Okay.
context into this because there are with the half. This is
With the halves,
with the.
the biracial people.
It's a fake
Right.
football game, Billy.
I know, but you're gonna snag some cornerbacks
Correct.
using that rule,
Yes.
which I think ruins the whole thing.
This isn't real.
You know, it'd be very funny if at quarterback we took Colin Kaepernick.
You could.
I don't think he'd show up to camp.
That would make the stadium a lot more like people wouldn't know who they're rooting for.
Yeah.
This is so toxic, fam. Holy shit.
All right, okay, quarterback. We're starting at quarterback. Y'all want to go first? You want us to go first?
No, we're gonna go first.
Okay.
Reparation.
Wait, hold on.
They
Y'all
go
didn't
first.
name y'all coach.
Yeah, Sean McVay.
Okay. We gotta go. We gotta go. Pat Mahomes, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
a strategic play as well. So
Right.
Yeah, because you know that we take him.
So this is kind of like the not best time for white quarterbacks right now.
I've got one.
Like, are we taking Josh Allen?
I think we're taking Josh Allen.
Okay.
I think Josh Allen leads the whites.
In any given game, Josh Allen can be elite.
Yes.
So I think that has to be the
Joe
play.
Flacco is also up there.
Flacco. He's on the Italian team. They get their own.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
that's
get
an easy
running
one
back
to
out
me.
of
You
the
could
way.
also say maybe Aaron Rodgers when
sure.
healthy, but we're talking about this year.
Yes.
And so this year, I think it's got to be Josh. I'm thinking through the list right now. Who else we could
I
possibly
mean,
take?
Burrow.
But he's hurt.
Right.
Kirk Cousins hurt. It's sad. It's a sad day in
think
white
we-
America where I'm considering Kirk Cousins for
I
a
think we
starting
could do
quarterback.
any active player, like, just to make it easier.
Drew
But,
Lock.
but I still think it would be Allen.
Yeah, we're taking Allen.
Okay.
He's a quarterback.
Okay.
That's my quarterback.
All right, running back.
Take your pick.
Yeah, we take a pick. We all know who y'all are taking.
That's correct.
Honestly, man. Okay, I got two, and they're not on the best teams. They're not doing the best this year, but they're the best talented running backs in the league. So I think Saquon Barkley is the most talented in the league, along with Derrick Henry. So I think either one of those two. Derrick Henry, I think he's still top 5 in the league rushing right now, if I'm not mistaken.
He's been. I don't want to interfere with your big board.
He's
I
been
won't say
banging.
it.
You was considering Kirk Cousins. Stop it.
You'd be the best face of the franchise.
What's the let's see top 5 rushing leaders right now. Rushers.
If we need a second one, I don't know.
Are we
who-
doing O linemen too?
Yeah.
Because
No.
I think we should. Because
Damn. No,
What?
No, left at all.
no
See?
love for dude.
I mean,
don't-
we don't have all day. We actually have to be out of here in like 20 minutes. So
Okay, just name offensive linemen all at once. Laramie Tunsil.
We get Lane Johnson.
Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey at center. Basically, the entire was it Dickerson on the Eagles' offensive line?
Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, we got them. So now we have 3/5 of the Eagle. Oh shit. Then that's an unfortunate choice of words. We have the majority of the Eagles' offensive line. Is what I'm
Arian's
Hold on, we
reading
didn't- we
shit.
didn't
I don't
finish,
think
we
he
didn't
heard you.
You
So
know,
we said,
I'm glad.
I was looking at the top 5 rushers right now. So you got James Cook, Raheem Mostert, Kyron Williams, and then Derrick Henry's number 5. Like I said, talent wise, I'm taking Henry, and Saquon's like right behind with.
I think you got to take
700
one. We're doing starters only.
I got you. I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry.
Okay. We'll take Christian McCaffrey at
Done deal.
At fullback.
Now here's where we thrive.
This is our zone right
Yeah.
here. We got a dynasty of fullbacks.
Juszczyk.
I was going to say Juszczyk, Pat Ricard would be a good one too.
Jesus, is there fullbacks in the league?
I know one guy that you can definitely take, but I'm not going to tell you who it is because actually we might be able to take him too.
I had a backup running back also if we needed one. But
We're running a spread.
backup?
Tyler Algier, he's mixed.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so we got Christian McCaffrey, and then we got Kyle Juszczyk at fullback, H/H
It's
back.
a nice backfield.
Oh, fuck. I think we got to turn it back on Juszczyk.
Who do you got?
Taysom at H back.
Now,
'Cause he
okay.
can throw, he can catch.
Yeah. That's going to be for that one play. We're going to need him.
You can't tell the story of white football in 2023 without having Taysom Hill on your team.
Sure. I'm down with that.
Okay, so we got Taysom at H back. All right, so now we get to or offensive line and then receivers.
Mike Onwenu, right guard on the Patriots, and then who's the other tackle?
Who's cuz from Dallas?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of right now. Johnson, who's like ripped.
Our other guard, Zach Martin,
Yep.
Cowboys.
That's a solid pick. And I'm
We
glad
got
I
a great
reminded you.
offensive line.
I'm glad I reminded you of that for sure.
And then who do we have at left tackle?
I mean, whoever you want. This doesn't matter. This part doesn't matter.
He's
Matters
so
to
not
me.
into it. It's hilarious.
Well, just the
You
O line.
played offensive line. How do you not appreciate their?
I do. They have the hardest job on the field, but for the purposes of what we're doing,
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now. You guys, I'm not going to give you any advice, but you're missing out on a pretty big one over there on your side.
On H back?
Tyron Smith.
Yeah,
That's
there you go for
the other tackle. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
We're running an H back. We're not running a standardized, so we don't really need a fullback. We just need somebody to get
David
the chip
Bakhtiari?
on there.
is he still playing?
I think so. He's also I think he's part Persian, but I think we can take him.
All right, are we done with the O line?
Yes.
All right, so we go to tight ends.
Tight
Now
end.
hear me out, Billy. We can go with the easy pick, which is Darren Waller, right? You know they thrive here too. This is their bag. Tight ends, fullbacks, right here. This is the highlight of the draft right here. We can go Darren Waller, or we can go with the young buck who is a little bit more of a split with Kyle Pitts.
I don't hate that. Kyle Pitts. Who's better in the run game?
That would be Darren Waller.
You think we're gonna be pass heavy or run heavy?
We're gonna probably be pass heavy. We got Mahomes.
True. Okay, I say we take Pitts
I'm okay with that.
because
We take Kyle
Mahomes
Pitts.
is a big tight end guy.
Yep.
So
And Kyle Pitts is really more of a receiver. All right,
Yeah.
we're taking Kyle Pitts with tight end.
Now, Big T, do we take Travis Kelce as our tight end because our fan base would buy all the jerseys?
Right.
Or do we go with Kittle, who's much better in the run game?
I mean, people don't want to talk about this. Kelsey, ever since this whole thing's happened, hadn't been putting up a lot of 150s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on Black Twitter, that has been a thing. He said, because I think he used to have a black girlfriend.
He did.
and so-
Several,
and
I
so-
believe.
And so on Black Twitter, he said, look how Kelsey been playing since he dated that white woman.
I've
he
been
hadn't been-
saying this. I said this before the
Billy's
season.
been saying that white woman.
No, not
These
about.
white women.
Billy
That-
is part Ugandan now.
Technically, I have an ID. So, but
Travis Kelsey hasn't had 100 yards since October 22nd.
dude,
I
he's
think
been
we go-
playing.
I think we go
I
Kittle.
hate to rag on him, but he's been playing soft. Like he was.
Okay,
I
well,
saw
we
him
can
go-
do this later.
Yeah,
We literally don't have time.
And you also don't hate to rag on Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
You love ragging on Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
I
All right, so Kittle.
Yeah, let's go Kittle. Let's take Kittle. I like the physicality he brings to the run game. I think that McVay could come up with some very creative ways.
Still
to
a
use
great
him.
receiver as well.
All right,
receiver, yeah.
wideouts.
Let's go.
We got a
this
great
is-
1-1.
CD
Honestly-
Lamb.
What?
He's been scoring so many touchdowns.
No, man. We going Tyreek Hill, bro.
Okay, of course.
We're going Tyreek Hill.
Fuck,
All right,
that's going to
y'all
be
left.
such a big problem
Cooper
for a
Kupp.
secondary. Yeah, Cooper
We
Kupp
matched
easy.
their 1-1.
I don't know what our secondary is going to do with Tyreek.
No, I'm saying in terms of our best receiver and their best receiver, pretty equal.
That is nowhere near whatever.
Tyreek is.
We'll have a conversation at a later date.
Tyreek is great.
He's a problem.
But ours is good.
No, I think he's an amazing receiver, absolutely. But that's not a very good.
How many we doing? 3?
Got to do 3 receivers. We got to go Jefferson. Justin Jefferson.
I think we go Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
And that's a good number 2. That's a really good number 2.
All right, so we need a number 3. All right, hear me out. I want to take this one on the board for them, but also I really think it's warranted. Keenan Allen.
That's a good pick.
How's it? He hasn't.
What do you mean? I think he has like 1,200 yards this year.
He's still very good.
Matter of fact, hold on. He's like 3rd in the league in receiver right now.
Okay.
Okay. Either Keenan Allen or AJ Brown.
I'm looking here that he hasn't scored a touchdown in like a very long time.
He has 7 touchdowns. Let me see. Let me put a 7.
He has 7 touchdowns.
Yeah. Your man CeeDee Lamb has 8 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill has 12, and AJ Brown has 7. I mean, AJ Brown and him are neck and neck. 1,243 yards versus 1,253 yards. Both have 7 touchdowns.
I like AJ Brown because he's a bigger target. He has target, right?
He has 20.
Yeah.
He has 20 plus yard receptions. Keenan Allen has 19 20 plus. Keenan Allen has 140 plus. AJ Brown has 340 plus. So maybe I think we go AJ Brown just on the strength of the big play. Yeah, and that's just we're splitting hairs here. But okay, AJ Brown
because he's a bigger target. Because like if we're gonna hit a small, like we have Tyreek Hill. You know.
I think Keenan Allen's taller than.
No. Keenan Allen's 6'2". AJ Brown I think is like 6'3", 6'4", right?
No, hell no. There's no way.
Am I crazy? He's a.
I mean,
you're absolutely right. What the hell am I thinking?
Keenan Allen's 6'2". AJ Brown, he's small. Yeah. 6'1". Okay. But he's our number 3 anyway, so he's gonna be inside. So actually, I want AJ Brown he's a little quicker. Boom. I'm taking AJ Brown.
Okay, so we can't take the next. Oh, did they take a biracial receiver?
Your war room has to check on Keenan Allen.
Okay, I'm checking. Hold
on. We're on because.
Oh, I've got one that I think.
Yeah, he plays in the NFC South.
That's correct.
Yeah,
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, great career.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Oh, I was thinking Drake London.
Oh,
is Mike Evans?
Mike Evans is biracial. Both? Yeah.
Well, then I would go him.
So we go Mike Evans.
London.
So for our third wide receiver, I don't know who we want to take. We got.
I would go
Adam Thielen.
Well, do you not want to go?
Well, so did they not take Keenan Allen? Because if we're doing the possession arrow where it goes back and forth,
so do we have to wait for them to take another
biracial person?
Yeah. Actually, that we might have to strategically
position
not pick
that. Yeah, so that's we go AJ Brown. I'm okay with that. So possession arrow is on us right now.
Yes. Yeah. They're
right,
not gonna get a cornerback.
Because right now we going what? You were on defense.
Yeah.
Wait. We have to figure out our last wide receiver.
So we have to pick a completely white wide receiver.
So it's either Adam Thielen, Hunter Renfrow, Scotty Miller.
I was going to ask if Scotty Miller is totally
Braxton
white.
Berrios pretty quick.
He's Cuban.
We're going to need speed.
Has a hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Can he catch? Like, is he?
Berrios?
Also, he's pretty small, right?
Small guy, yeah.
They don't really use him in the passing game a lot.
Not so much, but he also does return kicks, which is very important.
Fair enough. You know what? To win this game, we're probably going to need a big special teams play.
Yeah.
So let's go with him.
Okay, Braxton Berrios it is. Yeah. He's our number 3.
If we can't have Taylor Swift, we have Alex Earl.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Of the wags. Yeah. Can we draft a wag?
Yeah.
Yeah, we each could draft a wag.
A wag Pro Bowl.
Because we need somebody. We got a big arm with Josh Allen. We need somebody that can stretch the field. And I feel like that's a good solution for it.
All right, so
Just
now
run
we're on
verts.
defense.
Just run verts with Braxton. Yeah, so defensive line.
Okay, we'll start with D-line. Okay. Let's see. Myles Garrett, he's our first defensive end. We're gonna pick him at DN.
Can we just take the Bosas?
We get Parsons.
Oh, I was going to take.
But you know the Bosas want to play on
the
this team
Bosas
so
would
bad.
love
But hold
this
on,
game.
Parsons is an outside linebacker, is he not?
Yeah, he's an outside linebacker.
All right,
but I was just
I was
thinking,
gonna take TJ Watt
We
first.
going
TJ Watt's, yeah. Why not get the Bosas and TJ Watt though?
Well,
I know
we
they
will.
play the same position, but I feel like the Bosas, they're like standing at the front, be like, "Hey, pick me, pick me."
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Like
They're going to be motivated to play in this game.
they will be. Yeah, Joey Bosa, he hasn't had a lot to play for over the last few seasons. I feel like playing in a meaningful game like this would really bring
I think the
best out
game's
of him.
on January 6th, too.
It is, yeah. So let's get
Right after the regular season ends.
yeah, let's
That's
get
fucking hilarious, dog.
all right. So we got both Bosas
Hold on. Why you get 2 picks and what is
because
this?
we just get the Bosas.
Yeah, we'll
They're a
just go
tandem
ahead.
duo.
I mean,
Okay, you're right.
Hassan Reddick.
Hold on. Whoa. We can't skip over possibly one of the best defensive players of all time, Aaron Donald.
Oh, I was doing the other D end.
Okay, are we gonna do the other end?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Cool.
do you want TJ Watt? You want like a NASCAR package up front?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we
we're
got
running
get...
a 4-3, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we go TJ Watt.
Okay. Next, I think we go Chris Jones. Wrap up the interior D lineman. Chris Jones, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, and who'd you pick?
Hassan Reddick.
There you
Who's our best interior?
We need a run stopper.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a lot of defensive ends. You got your Sam Hubbards. You got your what's his name? Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson. But in terms of like a big boy up front, space eater. I don't know.
Should we just get a fourth? Just rush the fuck out of the passer.
We could, or we could tell one of the Bosas to get fat. JJ we should be allowed to take JJ.
He's
been
not
out of the
active,
game,
no.
though.
No, not.
He's been out of the game for like
what
a year.
What a
Nope.
reach! What a
I would
reach!
listen.
You
I'm
reaching for
fine.
retired guys? What a
No.
reach!
Yeah,
No.
dude.
There are other edge rushers we could take.
Yeah, other edge, but like interior linemen.
Take him.
You want him
I
to
s-
play inside?
Is there someone we're forgetting?
Best.
You're
going
gonna
to
be, you know, you're
I'd
gonna
be fine taking Trey Hendrickson and telling him just go get the quarterback.
Yeah.
You're gonna be light in the ass though for inside run.
Let's see. We got. I'm just looking up the list right now. This is a tough list for us.
By the way, I don't know how he's been. Fred Warner, I feel like he's been playing out of his mind this season. At linebacker.
Are we taking Michael Parsons first?
Yeah.
We got to take Michael Parsons.
I know, of course. I was just saying, what's your thoughts on Fred Warner?
I think interior, any kind of run stopper is fine, but he's gonna be like our Sam, who plays on the ball a lot. So,
Who do you want as our inside linebacker?
I was thinking, who's buddy that plays for Roquan Smith?
Oh, defensive tackle Cam Hayward. Steelers.
Is he
he?
still playing and biracial?
He's still playing and
Wait,
he
you
is
don't have any
biracial.
We haven't picked anyone biracial, so you guys can't pick.
Yeah,
anyone.
you're not. The possession arrow
Yeah.
is not on you.
So
And y'all are still on D lineman. This is crazy. We already moved on to linebackers. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Well, y'all did that before we were ready.
What do you want us to do? We're picking what we're picking. You threw out the Bosas. And wanted to
I do
knock
have
that
a-
out the.
And heading into the end of the show, just want to talk to you about BetterHelp. Macrodosing is sponsored by BetterHelp. Whether or not your family gives gifts during the holidays, you get to define how you give to yourself. And the holidays are a great time to do that. So whether it's by starting therapy, going easier on yourself during the tough moments, or treating yourself to a complete day of rest, remember to give yourself some love this holiday season. In this modern world, we're faced with new problems and challenges every day, and it's always nice to talk to someone. I know people who benefit from therapy, and I myself have used therapy at times. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/dose today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/dose, DOSE.
I do have another pick that we can take for a defensive tackle. Matt Ioannidis.
Don't know who that is, but go with it.
Hey, Big T does not fuck with linemen, yo.
I don't know who that is.
I believe he's on the Panthers right now, if he's still in the league.
It says he's a free agent.
He's a free agent still playing. Okay.
Is anybody writing this down?
Well, it's being recorded.
Okay.
If somebody out there has a better pick for defensive tackle, please let us know because we're
No, you can't crowdsource.
Yeah, okay, fine. You know what? We are going to go with a NASCAR package.
I think that's the best course of action.
Do you want to take Hubbard?
Is he better than Hendrickson?
They're both pretty good.
I don't care.
Let's take Hendrickson.
Now, see if I see this roster, I'm switching my offensive game plan up.
Well, you don't have a fullback.
We don't need a fullback.
Oh, it's strategic, or is the barrel just getting slim?
No, it's strategic. We want to go NASCAR package.
Hendrickson has 15 sacks this year. Sam Hubbard has 5.
Oh, Hendrickson. Okay, Hendrickson. Easy.
All right. Is that wrap up your D-line?
Yep.
On the
We
linebackers,
should be able to take
we picked Micah Parsons, and we have another pick in the docket. Y'all go with the
Who are our best linebackers right now?
Kuechly being out the league really hurts you.
It does. Kuechly would have been a monster for us.
I was watching Kuechly highlights. He was just out of this world. I used to sometimes watch Panther games just to see Kuechly play.
Herbig? Is he a linebacker on the Steelers?
I'm unfamiliar with his game.
He's good. He's young, too.
I don't want to help you guys out, but
Then don't. What the fuck are you doing?
Matt Milano.
Oh, Matt Milano. Good call.
So I was
No,
looking
it
at
doesn't
him
matter
Remember what team?
and I couldn't
remember
tell.
what team you playing for, Billy? What are you doing?
I know, but I got
I couldn't
confused.
tell what
I'm sorry.
race he is.
Matt Milano?
Yeah.
I feel like he's like. I think he's white.
Wait,
Okay,
no,
we're gonna
Matt
take-
Milano. I bet if he took
That's
an
a white
ancestry DNA test, he might come up with some
He's
very
probably
high
like-
North African.
I think he's like Italian.
Yeah, I think he's
but
Italian. He's Mediterranean.
Milano is,
Yeah,
an
but if
an
you-
Italian last
Yeah.
name.
Who is
He
that?
looks
I
Italian.
don't know.
there's a lot of. There's been
Okay,
a lot
I
of
got a couple.
angry-
I got a couple here. All right, we're going to take Matt Milano first as our first linebacker.
Never get.
Our Mike. So I got two guys. Cat leading the league in tackles right now. Is Zaire Franklin for the Colts. Either that or Roquan Smith for the Baltimore Ravens. And you can never go wrong with Bobby Wagner. He's been a great Mike for years.
Oh yeah. Oh. Bobby Wagner fucking stopped that Dallas tight end. I forget, but just literally put him down in his
He's good.
tracks. Let's take him. I think he's
Okay.
better for vibes.
We're going to
Okay.
take Leighton Vander Esch.
Good call.
Okay. Do we want another outside linebacker? Edge rushing outside linebacker. Yeah, because they're built for running as well. I mean for passing as well.
We're running a 4-3 or 4-4?
We're running a 4-3, but I think we're like Michael Parsons, he's gonna be playing on the line a lot, but he's very versatile. You know what I'm saying? So I want somebody else that's also versatile, but can stop the run, but can also get out the quarterback.
So we need another guy inside.
He would be our Will.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Michael Parsons could play our Will, a little more free, and so we need a Sam who's a little bit more of a run stopper.
Fred Warner.
Who?
Fred Warner. He's the 49ers linebacker. He was ranked as the number 1 linebacker in the NFL.
I want to because we got Bobby. I think if we run in a 4-3, but he's gonna be on the line a lot. So I'm thinking we get another inside run stopper, dog. Like I really like
Okay.
Roquan Smith. He
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
third
go with
in the league in
Roquan
tackles right
Smith.
now. I like Roquan.
Okay, so we got to take at the cornerback, defensive back position. We have to take Riley Moss from Denver. I think he's the only white cornerback in the NFL.
Wait, don't we need one more linebacker?
Do we? We got
think.
Van Der Esch,
And
Milano,
we need one more.
Cole Holcomb from Pittsburgh. He got hurt this year, but he's pretty good.
Okay.
You want to do Holcomb?
Sure.
Okay, we got Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell's our pick. Detroit Lions. And then at cornerback, we have to take Riley Moss because I think he's the only white cornerback. And then we'll just have to play a bunch of safeties like Reed Blankenship at cornerback. Harrison Smith at cornerback safety. We're going to have an amoeba. We might just go 3 different defensive backs.
Might be forced to.
We'd be forced to. I don't think we have any other options.
This is why this was the perfect possession ever.
Yep.
Okay, but
we're going to go
quick-
quarterbacks. I think we start with I think we go Jalen Ramsey, man.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so we don't have any cornerbacks. We've got some safeties that we can pencil in there, and then the kicking game we're going to dominate. Maybe Justin Reed could kick for you guys, but besides that, yeah, not going to have much of a kicking game. You got Harvin, the punter for the Steelers. He's
we'll go
good.
for 2 every time. And
we'll go for 2 every time. Dude. So we got Jalen Ramsey corner. Let's go Patrick Surtain, the other corner, and then let's see safeties.
Who's the new hottest hitting safety in the league?
Let's do Derwin James, Tyrann Mathieu. Boom.
Hell yeah, Honey Badger. Perfect. Cause I don't know.
Boom.
Sweet.
That wraps up the racial draft, man.
I would like to see like the college game day before this. Lee Corso putting on the mascot head before the game.
Ooh, that could be problematic.
Where's this game being played?
Ooh.
I think we should get home field.
In a small town.
Yeah.
Canada.
Ohio.
Oh man.
You played in a red state.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to Nano Dosing today. Can't wait to hop back on the mic on Wednesday for Thursday's show, and maybe we'll get in touch with Donnie. But I don't know what Donnie's travel schedule is like. It's crazy. So we're gonna try to get in touch with Donnie. But thankful that Billy got home safe. Dr. Coach Billy, good to have you back, brother. And we will see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys.